Greetings and welcome to my dear Scorpio. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. I do welcome you to the channel. If you are new, please subscribe if you will, if you find resonance with my work. Tarot of the Twin Sun is a functional division within the Order of the Twin Sun. Please take only what you will, and please use your discernment to make a proper sort of claim towards anything that has to do with guidance on your spiritual path. Today, I have devised for you a tool known as the Singularity reading, and this is a way of seeing into a specific particular mode of action or karma that you may be dealing with in terms of your path. I do appreciate you tuning in and your honesty with feedback. Thank you. The 8th house is open. There's a mode of action here that has to do with suppressed anger, or perhaps a type of inspiration that is hidden, that needs to be expressed, that is a mode of empowerment for you and for the energy of Scorpio. This has to do also with the declination, sort of needing to make a proper claim to claim to territory, or perhaps claim to power of some sort. There is difficulty in dealing with this energy as opposed to another energy that is trying to quell this fire. You could be supported by someone who has good intention, but you are still maneuvering in and out of their good graces in some sort of way. There's a need for you to become detached because you fear that the Martian or Plutonic sort of volcanic energy within you might erupt in the wrong way. If you could, if that did resonate for you, or if you're dealing with that sort of suppressed rage or suppressed fire, there are ways to alleviate that through diet, as well as regular ways of alleviating fire elements within your body. This should help. Singularity has to do with this conglomeration, an expansion of heat within the system. Okay, this has to do with relations with others, especially. There is a projective quality of this heat, and perhaps you are hotter than usual to most of anyone you encounter. Okay, this is not a bad thing. There also is a strong intuitive impulse here that has to do with the nines, as well as the hidden platform that you may be seeking for the time being, trying to get beyond tensions with others, or perhaps fears within yourself, trying to conquer this and trying to essentially become a sage of some sort, a philosopher, a guru of some sort. There's an expansion here that has to do with the claim to power, the claim to also modes of operating or action that are deemed fitting for certain situations that have to do with careful negotiation, careful communication. Okay. What I'm also saying here is a possibility that experience will be your namesake. Experience and that which you have felt in terms of burns or upsets in the past, that which you have learned from all of that is going to help you the most. The past becomes the present here in this reading. Because of such, there's a negotiation of different energies that is more masculine or feminine within you, or within your situations, in which the feminine side is taking precedence. And there's something about this that is also could be very precious on your quest for detachment or a release of tension in some sort of way. There is a feeling of burnt outedness for the time being, feeling of also non-inspiration or perhaps inspiration to protect oneself through the experience, through realms of experience that have created impulses. Okay, impulses of protection are strong here. There also is a deep return to something suppressed that has been a burden for some time. Okay, this is especially for you Scorpio ascendants out there. I do feel that there is a lesson to be learned, a backtracking, a division of yourself that has to do with the emotional body, return to the emotional body, or doubling of efforts of the emotional body, and then a release of that, now an eventual return. This may be unconsciously or subconsciously sort of influencing a big part of what you're going through now, which is the acclimation or the accretion of experience of the world around you, how you relate to it, and also how you create firewalls or protect yourself through the energy of Mars and drive and ambition. Okay, your stepping stones and your blocks are related. There's something intuitive that is informing you and is becoming a sense of power or disempowerment in terms of the passions that drive you. There also is a type of fear that is tied to this, but perhaps recently you've learned not to be so stigmatized towards the fear, and there is an element of restlessness that has to do with the contribution of type of fear that comes out of, I would say, with the Eight of Swords and the Nine, 8 and 9. Hmm. There it is again. Yes, the 7. Okay, which showed up earlier, I believe. 1 second. Yes, the 7. So there's still something that has to do with this. It's as if you've left something that was something that was nurturing you in terms of a creative fulfillment or an intuitive fulfillment, an energetic reserve. And this you are trying to negotiate with in some sort of way. There's a part of you that also mirrors this, and you feel that this negotiation should take place. Um, there is also a type of notification of promises that were set at one point that were operating on the subconscious level or on the conscious level that need to be readdressed in some sort of way. Something about you, it has to do with the principle of cardinal action, but also being fixated on something that has to do with promises, or perhaps promises that have to be broken in some sort of way, in order so that you preserve your sense of purity, you preserve your sense of entitlement or authority in some sort of way. Okay? But this is the sort of trick, because these things that we fixate on, that we feel acclimated or responsible for in terms of love or in terms of the vision of love or envisioning that, mostly because of Gliamante, which is the lover's card and the world card here. There is a sort of revisitation on your mind that is difficult to let go, but also it's not very present. This revisitation, it's as if there's an echo, something that you can't really grasp, but there's a feedback loop of this, and this is notifying you, or at least informing you, to re-stratify or recalibrate your defenses against your defenses against this sort of dark magic or this dark love. that is hidden, obscured in some sort of way. And there still is a strong fixation to it. So perhaps there's something about you that needs to pull from this to gain experience and to essentially address things from the past that may have caused fear at one point, no longer, but still there is this expansive nature in the past that is driving you, propelling you into modes of revisitation, or at least modes of yeah, emotional revisitation, especially tied to nostalgia or memories. Okay, as far as this goes, there is a way to surrender and let the wisdom come through deep solitude and transcendental meditation, or perhaps the path of Hermes Trismegistus, mercurial insights that come through the development of mind and development of mind power. The mind is operating very fiercely here, trying to find a way out of restlessness, to find a way into purity, into a type of clarity, okay? There also is a possibility of some form that emerges out of this that could be a hidden truth that has not yet been spoken. I think you are mostly motivated to let down the burden of the past. And there are ways to find empowerment by walking the path of eremechia or hermetitude, solitude. Okay, that is what I'm seeing. Hopefully that helps for guidance. I do wish you the very best for the rest of February, and hopefully I'll see you in March. I do appreciate you. I'll pull out the great mirror for you during that time. Otherwise, peace be with you. Thank you. Bye.